got a video to show you, and this is going to show you a little bit about what club looks like.
If you believe that the same Jesus that we've talked about all week long came here to rescue you, to pay the penalty for your sin, so that you can be in a right relationship with Him, all you do is step through the door.
Okay, so the weekly clubs that the kids would go to is this smaller. This is club at camp, and it is high energy. It is so much fun. But if you paid attention to that video, you see kids standing there with their arms around each other. And when they're singing songs like that, they sing some, just secular songs, and then they sing some more worship songs. But they're always standing with their arms around each other and holding each other, and it really is a time of togetherness. It's really awesome to watch.
Thank you. Right, next slide, please.
I've sort of touched on this already, but I want to talk about what is a Young Life Committee. Young Life is supported by adults who care about the kids in their community. That's the number one qualification for being on a Young Life Committee. You just have to really want to be there for the kids and be a part of this. Volunteer leaders who work directly with the kids have committee behind them. We are behind them for administrative and moral support. We are behind them to fundraise. Young Life leaders are not always salaried. Sometimes they're salaried on a full-time basis, sometimes part-time, other times not at all. We don't know what that's going to look like in the Highlands yet. There will be some funds to raise to send kids to camp. That's not inexpensive, but a high-quality experience like that understandably costs money. So there's going to be a need for connecting and networking with the people who have funds to give. Some of you know business owners, professionals, property owners, whatever it is. You're connected and you're networked, and we need to network with you so that we can have those same connections and get things rolling. It starts with a team of committed adults who are willing to see it through, and so that speaks for itself, I guess.
Okay, so our question is, what does a Young Life leader look like? Because you have to have leaders to have the chapters in the high schools. Young Life leaders are men and women who are willing to give their time reaching out to school-age kids, mentoring, spending time building relationships, and establishing trust in order to gain the opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's all about relationship. It's getting the kids to get to know you, where they trust you, and you're really able to lead them into that relationship. The number of leaders that we need will depend on the size of the ministry's outreach. We envision 2 at each high school, a guy and a girl at each high school. This can be a paid position, as Bill said, or it can be volunteer. So we have another video that kind of sums up what it is and what it looks like to be a leader.
We live in a culture where kids are desperate for meaning and value. They're on this incredible search.
Doesn't matter their skin color, doesn't matter their economic status.
They're filling their lives with all kinds of things, trying to belong.
Kids desperately need caring adults that will come alongside them, get right in the middle of wherever they are.
Who love them no matter what. Young Life is caring adults who love Jesus and love kids, and they enter into a kid's world.
Young Life is all about going to where kids are.
We're not waiting for a teenager to come to our building. We come to them.
The Young Life leader comes in, loves them where they are, accepts them right where they are without judgment.
I'm doing life with them, and they get to see how I respond with Jesus in every circumstance.
We've been doing this for a long time. We've been around since 1941. We've got ministries in all 50 states, over 95 countries, and we're not going to stop there.
What I love about Young Life is our true commitment to every kid. Middle school kids, high school kids, college students, kids with special needs, teen moms, teens of military families.
When they develop that relationship with that Young Life leader and realize that that relationship's not going away, it's life-changing for them.
We do a lot of things to invite kids in. We have clubs.
Young Life Club is the 1 hour a week that we gather a lot of kids.
You're going to have fun, you're going to be energized, and you're going to learn that Christ is not boring.
It's a place where your kid can hear more about God, hear more about Jesus, and decide for themselves how they feel about that in a fun environment and in an accepting environment where people are going to love them and it's safe.
In the summer, we have an opportunity to take kids to camp, and Young Life Camp is the best week of their life.
Many of the kids who go to Young Life Camp make lifelong decisions to follow Jesus. And the great thing about Young Life is when we send kids to Young Life Camp, they go with their Young Life leader. And that same Young Life leader who's been with them all year comes home with them.
When I come back from camp and my phone is, I'm getting text messages from parents saying, I don't know what y'all did with my children at camp, but they are different. You know, when I get that kind of stuff, then that's cool.
We take very seriously the task of teaching them how to follow Christ, teaching them how to pray, teaching them how to read the Bible.
We plug them into a small group of their peers, and we call it campaigners, helping them discover what it means to follow Jesus and encouraging them to plug into a local church.
The vision of Young Life is that every kid would have the opportunity to hear about Jesus.
Every kid deserves to know who God is, deserves to know that somebody loves them.
How can you join this adventure? Because we are moving and we want you to come along.
Our staff are amazing. We need more of them. Our volunteers are amazing. We need more of them. We have donors who give sacrificially, and we need more of them.
If you love the Lord and have a heart for teenagers, I can teach you the rest.
This is an investment that is going to change kids' lives for generations. This is going to change communities for generations.
We know that if we show up and be available, that God uses that process and kids' lives change.
Next slide, please. I love these videos because they convey so much better than I ever could the flavor and energy of this ministry and kind of give you an inside view of why I'm so excited about it. I want to talk for a second about how Young Life could conceivably impact our community. A lot of this is a repeat, but we're not out to compete with youth groups. We're out to build them up and expand them. Okay? These kids that come out of Young Life are going to be constructive, welcome members of your youth group. Some of them might have been a little too edgy or wild for your youth group at first, but when Young Life gets through with them after a couple of years, they're going to be your model leaders, hopefully. And we don't shy away at Young Life from the kids who are really discipline problems or edgy in any way. We just have learned as a ministry, I guess I say we, but y'all who've been doing Young Life forever, have learned how to handle that and cope with it, and you do a great job. We provide a positive role model for kids. That's what Young Life leaders do. That's what committee members do. And we just want to mentor these guys and just bring them up and give them what they need in their lives, providing a good example, giving them opportunities to grow. I want to invite Todd Lynn from Temple Baptist, the youth pastor there, to speak a little bit more about this. Todd will give you the mic.
Thank you, brother.
Can you guys all hear me? I don't like speaking with microphones unless it's hooked to my face. First off, I am not in that picture. It might look like it, but I am not in there. I've been a youth pastor at Temple Baptist Church. I'm going on 4 years now. A couple years ago, I actually met with Steve Schmidt and the former area leader or something from Rockbridge about Young Life, because I've been at Temple for 4 years, and basically the youth group has kind of shrunk. And so I've been subbing in schools since I started here. I coach as a way to get to where the students are. And through that relationship, there are youth who never been to an event who have actually asked me if they could use me as a reference and stuff like that. And that kind of relationship of going to where students are, it's what I've seen is what students in this area need. There are some great churches that are doing what they can to reach youth and everything, but no matter how perfect the church is, there's going to be at least one person that if, as this is said, an edgy kid walks into, they're going to get a look. And they're going to know they get that look. And what's going to happen? Are they going to want to come back? No. The hour that they spend at club is going to be where people who want to reach teens, they're going to be at. They're not going to get those looks from the unsuspecting adult who is thinking, why is this person here? Who, even though they might have that heart of wanting to reach teens, as soon as that teen comes in, they're like, yeah, I want to reach teens, but maybe not that one. Last year, I took a couple youth from this area to club in Rockbridge. And I want to read something that one of the girls sent. She said she enjoyed the atmosphere of it, how everyone was happy and energetic the whole time. I enjoyed the music and how they incorporated some songs everyone listens to, as well as some Christian music. And she enjoyed hearing the different leaders speak as well. They really spoke to people our age and made it easy to understand and stay focused. For me, I don't see Young Life as trying to come in and take over for churches and stuff like that. I don't feel threatened by them. In fact, I'm excited about them coming because what this area needs is that the people, like Young Life will reach people that churches won't. They'll reach people who won't step foot in a church because it's the fun environment, it's not threatening, because many youth in this area have maybe gotten that look from a church member or something like that that didn't think anything of it. And so this is a way that will reach those youth who won't step foot in church, who will maybe go to an event, but then that's it. Because I've taken lots of youth who will come to an event, but then when I try to ask them about coming to church and youth group, it just stops short. And my heart breaks for them because there's so much potential here. There's so many youth who are just settling for sex, alcohol, drugs, when there's so much more out for them, and this reaches them where they are. And that's why I'm definitely excited to see Young Life come.
Thanks, Todd.